God, I pray that you clear any negative energy that is around me or anybody that is watching this video. I pray that you allow us to see the negative energy and push that negative energy back out into the universe, back out into the person that sent that energy so they can learn for the highest and greater good. It is not okay to send negative energy. I also would like to give thanks to you, God, for allowing us to see another day. For allowing us to be strong, to keep moving forward, to keep pushing forward. Amen, I'll say. All right. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Your girl came to rant, communicate, conversate, whatever you like to call it. And today we came on here to talk about grief. Different signs of grief, different steps in mourning, grief, whatever you would like to call it. And yeah. So, for those of you that do not know, my grandma passed away not too long ago, the beginning of the year. And one thing I've realized when it comes to people mourning people, it is a lot of different levels to that shit, okay? For me personally, I'm not gonna hold you. The ones that I had were numbness, acceptance, sadness, and a little bit of frustration. And for the ones that I've seen, when it comes to like my family and stuff like that, when they were grieving, sorry, I'm trying to push this back, but when they were grieving, they were, it was a lot. It was silence, because I don't know if anybody ever told you, but there's always silence when people are grieving. There's always a moment when everything is just silent and you are taking things in. And then there's anger. Like I said, frustration. When you don't know what to do and you're just upset. So you're taking it out on the things around you, the people around you, yourself, all that. It can get suicidal. It truly can. Especially if you were close to that person that was, or that has, should I say, passed away. Then there's sadness, crying, panicking, hyperventilating, acceptance, like I said, where you accept it and you're just like, I seen it coming. I can't even be mad because I knew it was coming. And I accept that this is reality. And it's, of course, it's going to suck, but this is reality. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta figure it out, keep pushing forward. And then there's people that don't want to be around. When they're grieving, they don't want to be around. When they're experiencing something, they go and disappear. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be talked to. They don't want none of that. And I could have sworn there was other things I said about grieving. I don't know if this is my book. You know, sometimes I write stuff down because I don't always get to it. No. This is not the book. That's a whole different one. Yeah, I think it might be this one. I want to make sure that I hit everything that I had written down when I was talking about this. Excuse me. When I was talking about the situation, because it's serious. You know, we all grieve in life and go through things. So I would like to talk about it, you know, because there are things that people don't even talk about. There are things that we go through and people don't even say that we go through. They just let you go through it and don't tell you about it. You know, you got to learn on your own. And I'm not gonna be that person because you know, especially when you are that person that is in that situation. Damn, is it not in here? I thought it would be in here because this is the book that I put my dreams and messages in. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me check this one. If it's not in this one or if I overlooked it, that's fine. I'll just go back to what I was talking about. But like I was saying, it's a lot to go through something, to go through grieving, to go through a process in life where you can't really do anything. You just have to accept it. Damn. So it was one of those books. I really wanted to hit everything. I really wanted to hit everything that I was talking about in these books because I was writing stuff down during this time of grieving, during this time of when I was going through what I was going through and what I was seeing. Yes. When you are someone that is like me, that goes through things and knows that everything's happened for a reason, you kind of sorry, that's a strap. You kind of analyze things. You go through and you see things. You see how people act. You see how people move. You see how, or should I say, I see how people act. I see how people move. I see how they talk. I see how they walk. I'm just a person that is observant. I'm just a person that literally looks at things and try and analyze them to figure out what is going on, because I don't know. I'm just a human that likes to learn, especially on your day-to-day life. In your day-to-day life, I like to learn and experience things and, you know, go through God and try and figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing you guys are going to learn about me, that these messages that I come and tell you guys it's from what I've experienced and what I've seen and what I consider my opinion, I should say. But yeah, during time of grief, you really go through a lot. Yeah. These dreams. I could have sworn I would have put it in this one, because this is my evil eye book. And sometimes you gotta write shit in places where motherfuckers can't do too much. Here we go. There we go. I'm sorry. I was looking for it. Like I said, it's the patterns of grieving. You know, like when you're going through something. You know, what I wrote down here are things that I was picking up right then and there. It's when you can't focus while focusing. It's like you're focused on things, but then you're like scatterbrained. I'm not gonna lie to you. I experienced that myself. The first night, excuse me. The first night when my mama got the phone call talking about, you know, my grandmother's heart stopped. I was focused because there was a lot going on, you know, but at the same time, I wasn't as focused as much. I realized I wasn't as focused as much as like, there was a time where I was in the back room with my aunt and the doctors was telling us stuff and they were over there doing things the doctors were talking amongst themselves, and me and my aunt was hearing some things that we did not like. So we were trying to talk to them and be like, okay, like, what was going on? You got to tell us in this and the third. And they was telling us the information, and I'm focused, like I'm focused and I hear the information, but it's just like it's also going in one ear and out the other because I'm in the room with my grandmother that has supposedly had her heart stop, and we have to be realistic and realize that we're probably going to have to say goodbye. So, um, sometimes during grieving, you're focused, but you're not always focused. It's like you can focus, but you can't focus. It's like your mind is going back and forth in reality and in your head and in your minds and back to the surface of the world. And it's just like you was going back and forth like, this is reality. This is not an imagination. This is serious. This is real. This is life. So I gotta focus, even though in my mind I can't focus because, wow, I'm really going through a lot right now. But I gotta focus because I gotta get this information so I can take it back to the family so they can hear what the doctors are saying and all this jazz, okay? And then, like I said, there is sadness, anger, disbelief, shock. Of course, you're going to be shocked during grieving situations, during times where you did not expect what happened to happen right then and there. Yeah, you might have felt it coming in this and the third, but you didn't expect it to be so soon, or you didn't expect it to happen right then and there. Also, like I said, acceptance, calmness, being strong. During grieving, sometimes people gotta be strong. You can't just break down. There's always gotta be that one person or a couple of people that is strong through the situation, because we need to pick our family up. We need to pick ourselves up and continue forward and focus on the future. And I get it right now. The present is crazy. I get it. Of course, we got to focus on the present, of course. But we also got to focus on what's coming tomorrow, the next day, the day after that, the day after that. I know in this moment we have to sit with the fact that we are losing something that is so precious to us, so important to us. But we also have to realize we are still here. We are still moving. We can't stop. Now, of course, you can take a moment for yourself and grieve. Go through all these emotions that I got listed down. Go ahead. Knock it out. But you also got to remember you have a life as well. Even if the person that you lost was your everything, would they really want you to stop your life just because they're gone? I'm pretty sure they wouldn't. I'm pretty sure they would want you to keep on, carrying on, being strong, being independent, being that person that they know you to be. Okay? And then there's being broken. A sign or a pattern that happens is being broken. A piece of you is going to break, of course. There's going to be moments where you're like holding your chest, clutching your pearls, as people say, like, damn, this is breaking a part of me, inside of me. This is serious. This is next level shit. I'm feeling the inside of my body withering away, a part of my body withering away because of what's going on right now, because of what I'm losing right now, because of my grieving, because of the loss that I'm taking. It's hard. And of course you're going to break. I'm pretty sure everybody out in the world, when they lose something that is so important, whether it's a human being or a furry animal, like whatever it is, you break inside just a little bit. I'm pretty sure. Because why wouldn't you? Especially if that was your everything. Especially if that was someone you cared for. Especially if that was something that you held on a pedestal. Of course you're going to break. And then another pattern or a level of grieving that I've experienced is blaming. People are going to blame each other for, oh, you didn't see this and you didn't do this and you didn't do that. I told you, da, 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 da. Blaming, 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 blaming. Because that's all they can do. They blame each other for things that was their fault. And they don't want to take accountability. And they don't want to feel bad. So they blame other people. Oh, but you did this and you did that, and pointing fingers. How dare you, that. It was, yes, people blame. But for those that blame, you should sit with yourself and ask yourself, why are you blaming somebody else for something that they didn't do? And you can say they did it, but did they really? I don't know if you know this or not, but it all depends on what you're blaming them for. If you're blaming them for not being able to go see the person that passed away, it's not their fault. You could have figured out a way to go see them. Or something that happened with the person, it's not their fault. It happened for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. So you can't blame nobody for something that happened, knowing damn well it could have been a whole different story if you would have just thought before you did. But another thing is being over it. Being over the whole situation, wanting it to be done. God, why am I going through this? Why are we grieving this person? I just want it to be over. I'm tired of grieving. I'm tired of going and crying and repeating and crying and tired and grieving and going over and over and over and over. Like, can we be done? Can we be done? Can we be done? People are over it. I'm not gonna hold you. There were some times where I'm just like, I'm over this, because there was a lot of emotions getting thrown. People's true colors were coming out. They were grieving, going through it. Exhaustion is one thing. Being a victim, pretending like you're the victim. Oh, what was me? I can't believe. Being harmful, harming yourself because you don't want to feel the pain that is coming within inside of you. So you try to harm yourself to take your mind off that pain by putting more pain on you. But physically, emotional pain is way more harder than physical pain, because all you gotta do is take medicine to get rid of that physical pain, but there is nothing you can take to get rid of emotional pain. You have to sit with it. Yeah, you can try to drink your way out of that pain, or smoke your way out of that pain, but it will come back. One thing about it is, when it's emotional pain, you have to sit with yourself. And it gets exhausting. And you want to harm yourself. Or you want to play victim. Woe is me. Woe is me. It's a lot. And not only being harmful to yourself, but to others. Wanting to hurt others. Wanting to downplay others. Wanting to make them feel the pain that you feel within. So you try and harm other people. Another stage of grief is flashbacks, memories, going through what happened between that person that you lost, that thing that you lost, the memories that you had, the good and the bad. You go through it. It's like how they say your life flashes before your eyes when you die. Or should I say when you're passing away, a whole memory like a story just until the tape is done. That's kind of what happens. But to the grieving people as well, not to the people that just passed away. You know, I myself went through a lot of memories. It was a lot, but it gives you a lot of emotions. But I personally would say it helps, you know, allowing yourself or allowing your soul to reminisce that person. Think about that person because they're no longer here. So, another thing or emotion or whatever, pattern, whatever, emotion, whatever, that you go through during grief is hopefulness, of course, being hopeful that what is being told is not the truth. As in, some are saying, think about the downside, the negative aspects, but you're trying to be hopeful that no, it's not going to be that. No, it's not. We're trying to stay positive. We're trying to stay hopeful that things turn around, that the tables turn and they get up out the bed and they're jumping and hooting and hollering and saying, I'm still alive. I'm still alive. But yeah. And like I said, in silence is another one, when everything is set in stone and we are all there just sitting, taking it all in, accepting the fact that this might be reality. We might have to think about the negative aspects of this situation. And then listening to people talk and grieve and go through the emotions that they're going through and all that jazz, and analyzing. And like I said, I analyze things a lot because my mind is just likes to learn, so it likes to analyze things and how they move and how people talk, and especially during grieving situations, or not just grieving situations in general, but you analyze. And like I said, being harmful, suicidal, being out of sight, not being there, or just being there, because there's people that don't want to be there, and there's people that's just there, just there. They're not saying nothing, they're not doing nothing, they're not talking, they're just there to experience this moment with the rest of us. And then there's laughter. See, some of you probably would be like, what? There's laughter during mourning, grieving? You're grieving somebody, you're losing somebody. Why would you laugh? Because laugh. Think about the positive memories, or try to experience hopefulness. Try to experience something hopeful, something that makes you laugh during a situation. Because if you bring grief and bad negative energy around, it's not always going to be good. Sometimes you have to laugh during your pain. Sometimes you have to laugh and smile through the pain, because if you just bring more negative energy, it's going to cause more problems, sadness, misery. grief, more grief than what you already have. So sometimes you gotta laugh and think about the positive things and think about the happy, memories that you made with that person and interact with the family, because that's letting everybody know that it's going to be okay. Yes, we are having an unfortunate moment right now, but that doesn't mean we are not fortunate. I find it funny how God did that to me. And I guess he was using me as an example during that time. For those of you that don't understand what I'm talking about, but I made a video not too long ago, before Christmas, that life is unfortunate. I made a video that life is unfortunate. Sometimes you are going to have unfortunate moments, but that doesn't mean that you are not fortunate. And literally 2 days after, my grandma's heart stopped. So, yes, sometimes it's unfortunate. Hi, love. Yes, sometimes it's unfortunate to go through things, but that doesn't mean that you are not fortunate. And this is an example because God showed you that I had an unfortunate moment in life, and I'm fortunate. Even though I had an unfortunate moment, I am still fortunate. I'm still moving forward. I am still focusing on myself. But another pattern, or should I say a thing, that you go through during grief, during losing someone, is prayers. People pray. They talk to God. Some that don't even talk to God talk to God. Some that always talk to God more. And some that don't even believe in God, they probably looking up into the space, into the world, talking about, I've never done this before, but I need you right now. People start to pray. They start to hope. They start to talk, give out. Your men or ladies, if you're talking about me, I'm a woman. If you talk about, I don't know, if I like men or ladies, I guess I like men. But that's not what we're talking about, my love. We are talking about grieving. I don't know if you've ever grieved before or lost someone in your life before, but I am talking about the patterns of grieving, the emotions that you go through. I don't know if you've experienced it, but if you have, put it down in the comments. Tell me, how did you feel during the time that you lost somebody? Whether it's an animal or a human that you cared for. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be okay. That I can say. If you have. And if you haven't, and you do eventually experience that, because like I said, we always do. You're going to be okay, my love. But yeah. Back to what I was saying. Prayers go out. Healers, the healers of the family, the people that try and connect with people and heal their souls and heal their spirits. Someone like me. Yes, I am going through it too, but I also know that I am a healer. I am somebody that is here to help individuals, that are here to, that I'm here to lift, I am here to lift up their soul, lift up their spirit, lift up their minds. And another thing is you being traumatized. during situations like this. Of course, during grieving, you can be traumatized. You can be traumatized. You coming into a hospital at 2 something in the morning, 2 something a.m. in the morning, and you don't know what's going on. Yeah, you're going to be traumatized. My cousins were traumatized. They literally had to do CPR on my grandma. They literally was there when my grandma's heart stopped. Then not only that, they sat in the hospital for hours. And then not only that, I am sorry looking nudist. Do I look nude? I have something on. So, my love, Yanti, I'm assuming that is how you say your name. If you are here to listen, thank you. But if you are here to be a nuisance, if you are here to be somebody that you know damn well shouldn't be here, I advise you to go on somewhere. Because I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to be nice. Let's not take it there, my love. If you are here to heal, if you are here to better yourself, if you are here to help yourself, then come along. But if you are here, like I said, to be a nuisance, sit back and be quiet and listen to the story. Or leave. It is up to you. But do not comment things that has nothing to do with the story, that has nothing to do with the message, that has nothing to do with what you're talking about or what I'm talking about. Now, if you have a question for me, of course, ask the question. I don't mind. But if you are going to come here, like I said, and be a nuisance, a negative Nancy, a person that is not for fun, please leave. Thank you. Now back to the topic at hand. You can get traumatized during these situations. I know from experience, the other stories, or should I say videos that I posted on my YouTube, especially the one when I was talking about my grandmother and to check in, I'm checking in, life happened, yada, yada, yada. I was telling y'all that I experienced something that was similar but not the same with my cousins went through when I was younger. My grandma's eye popped out and I was only there with her, and then my uncle that lived next door, because they was in an apartment, was there too. So you can get traumatized being young and having to go through something what I did in the past, or what my cousins did recently, where they had to do CPR on my grandma. It is traumatizing. And then going in there and seeing her in tubes and things, and her not moving, her in a coma, it's traumatizing. Not just for my cousin, but also for the family, because we are literally going in to see our grandmother, our mother, tubed up, holes, tubes in her stomach, tubes everywhere, a machine breathing for her. It's traumatizing. It is not good. You can get traumatized during situations like this. And then there's also the moments of being realistic. Like I said, you could be hopeful, or you could be realistic. As in, sometimes things happen and I can be hopeful, but I know the truth. I can see the truth. I can see the fact that this is reality, that my grandmother, that my mother might not make it out. I see the truth. I gotta be a realistic person right now. Yes, I can be hopeful, I can pray this and the third, but if we sit back and actually see what's going on, we can realize and see that this might really be the end. This might really be what we expect. The negative part. Her passing. Her not coming back. Her staying in a coma if we decide to keep her on those machines. realistically, we know that this is permanent. So, you gotta be a realistic individual. There's a lot of stages during grieving. There's a lot of things that happen during grieving. You experience a lot. Your emotions are on a roller coaster right now. There are moments where you are going to want to cry and scream and jump and fight and argue and tussle and blame and do all this negative things. But then there's a part where you want to be hopeful and calm and relaxed and realistic and try and listen and trying to do prayers and be a healer and trying to be kind. And then there's times where you are exhausted, tired, silenced, broken. There is a lot that goes on during grieving. There's a lot that happens during grieving. And I'm going to tell you that whatever you go through, whatever you experience during grieving, it is okay. Because you are going through a roller coaster. You are going through so much that is making you off balance. It is okay. Just know that you will be okay in the end. If you try to stay positive, if you try not to grieve so much, or should I say be miserable so much, be angry so much, be sad so much. Like I said, sometimes you have to laugh. Sometimes you have to smile to get through this unfortunate moment, to get through the pain, to get through the sadness, to get through the sorrow. Sometimes you have to laugh and smile. If you stay down, you will be down. But if you decide to give yourself time to grieve and then put yourself right back up, you will be okay. Don't stay down. Don't always be sad or angry about the situation or think negative about the situation, because that's only bringing negative energy into your life, causing more negative energy into your life, doing more damage than good. And I know it's easier said than done because, baby, you lost a real one. You lost someone that was so dear to you, so precious to you, so fulfilling to you. It's hard to get yourself back up out of there. But I am telling you, you will be okay. The days will keep pushing forward, and eventually you will realize that it is time for me to let go. And I know, how am I supposed to let go? And I don't mean let go forever. I don't mean let go of the person, of who they were. I'm talking about letting go of the misery, of the sadness, of the grieving, of the anger, the disbelief. Letting go of that negative energy so you can bring positive energy. Why would you always want to think in a negative way, in a sad way about someone that was so positive, so loving, so caring? And even if they weren't, why would you want to bring negative energy in that is only going to fester into your body, into your soul, into your spirit? I don't know about you, but I don't always want to think negative about something, especially when I've lost something. I don't. I try to think of the positives. And if there is no positive, there's always a positive. You just might not be able to think of it right now. But I'll give you an example. You're still here. That's a positive thing. But that's not really positive because they're not here and it should have been me. Blah, blah. Obviously, you are here for more. They had their time. Their time is up. They are no longer supposed to be here. They've moved on and went to another place, but you are still here. That means you still have more to do. So focus on you. Know that the person that you lost, the thing that you lost is looking upon you, looking up, looking down on you. All you gotta do is look up. Look up at the sky. Look up at the sun. Look up at the clouds. They will be there. You might not be able to see them, and hey, you might just be able to see them. It all depends on, I guess, who you are. Because I don't know about y'all, but I'll be seeing faces in the clouds. So, you never know. You might not believe it, but you might just be able to see their faces in the clouds, looking down on you, smiling, letting you know I'm still here. I might not be here physically, but spiritually, I am still here. Still watching over you. Still making sure you are okay. Still making sure that everything is good. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your life. Keep moving forward. I wouldn't want you to give up on your life, so don't. And I know personally, I wouldn't want you to give up on your life either, my love. Because you are here for a reason. You are here to thrive. You are here to teach. You are here to experience. You are here to show people how to move, how to go, how to be a better you. So don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your life. Don't give up on your situation. Grieve, but don't stay grieving. Don't stay in that spot. Don't stay in that situation, because all it's going to do is cause you more pain and more sorrow. But that's about it, y'all. If you have anything that you would like to talk about, put it in the comments below. I'm done. I'm finna get up off here and go enjoy the night that I have. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my channel for my content like this. Facebook. I am going to post this on YouTube. I always post it on YouTube because Facebook, after 30 days, I think, my videos delete. So if you didn't catch me on Facebook and you caught me on YouTube, what's popping? Facebook, my YouTube is in my bio, so go check it out. There's a lot of messages on there, my love. If you want to heal or better yourself, go check it out. Don't be that person that stays miserable for the rest of their lives. Go heal, my love. Whoever watches this, whoever sees this message, go heal. It'll make you better. Yanti, my love, you keep coming back. And no, I'm not pregnant. I'm just fat. Do you want me to show you? Because you obviously want to see me, right? Yanti, do you see me? I'm just a fat bitch. Are you done, Yanti? I'm talking to you now. Go find something to do. Go look at my YouTube. You know, there might be some messages on there for you to heal and better yourself and thrive. You know, I am going through a lot in life right now, but the fact that I'm smiling at your bullshit just knows that I'm elevating and bettering myself. So why don't you go do that? Elevate and better yourself, my love. Wow, beautiful nudist baby. Yanti, I'm gonna do this quick because I'm done with my message. So this is for you and you specifically. My love, I don't know what you got going on in your life, okay? But if you want someone to educate you on certain things, let me know. I'm a hood therapist. Nice to meet you. If you want me to listen to your problems or your situation and give you advice, I don't mind, my love. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you thrive and better yourself. Only if you want to. I'm not going to force you, my love. So if you want to stay the being that you are, go ahead. Stay the being that you are. But I'm letting you know right now. Yes. Thank you. Beautiful body. I don't know if you understand what I'm talking about because you're just saying stuff out of the woodworks. But, Yanti, I like your name. It's a nice name. I'll give it to you. But, yeah. I am gonna do it to you, my love. I am gonna call it quits. Like I said, I am done with my message. Thank you for listening, watching, commenting, Yanti. Whoever that comments. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my channel for more content like this on Instagram, Thread, and Facebook. I do photos and quotes, motivational quotes for people. And then on YouTube, I am here like this, talking to you guys about the messages that I've received. So, if you want to get any of those messages that I've received, go to my bio. The link is in my bio. Check it out. Check it out. Yanti, I'm gonna let you be great, Yanti, because you talk about dance nudist, baby. Bitch, I'm not nude. But anyway, go check out my channel. Yeah, Yanti, go check out my channel. You specifically. There's messages for you, Yanti. Go check out my channel. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, yeah. Go check out my channel. The link is in my bio. Go check out my YouTube channel because you need it. You might not need it, but you might find it more interesting than just sitting here and commenting. Right. So, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go myself. Thank you for the comments, all that jazz. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. Peace out.